Welcome back to the Raven 3.5, seeing as we've already streamed once today. Right, we left off where... This is not where we left off. What is wrong with this game? Alright, load. In the correct plot. Thank you. Let's see. So we just found the sample case. And now we need to go take a sample of the blood. And then we can figure out how to actually
all right. What
check it.
have we got here?
I don't think there's anything left in here to...
A small glass.
Nah. Alright. We need to go get that... Close the drawer. We need to go get that sample. Nothing else in here I can see that we haven't already had a look at. Zelna, straight line, not circles. That's it. Nope, that seems to be it. And we also need to get into the medical bay at some point. Where are you going? He goes in some funny directions sometimes. Guessing there's no way you can get in here now.
Dr. Gebhardt locked the door, and until I have good reason, I won't wake him up. Something tells me that he wouldn't be amused.
Don't think he's amused anyway. Nothing seems to make him happy. Because we can't jimmy it. Probably not. We don't have the wire anymore.
There's a swab in the paper for collecting evidence from crime scenes.
And we're going to go and use that upstairs. Shifty butler. Alright, let's go in here. Okay, let's get our swab. Swab up this blood.
I always wanted to do that.
And now's your chance, Uncle Zelna.
That should be enough.
Yeah, she might have been dead already. Not sure though, because Matt's mother then said she heard a scream like someone had been shocked awake. Really not sure yet. Need more evidence.
Assuming the murderer isn't a magician, and the Baroness locked the door herself before she went to bed, the murderer couldn't have left the cabin through the door. So, the murderer must have still been in here when Dr. Gebhardt kicked the door in. Which is unlikely because someone would have seen him. Or he found another way out of the cabin.
Unless it's someone they wouldn't think. No. Thing is though, Matt's mother might be lying. More evidence. Don't think we have anyone else to talk to just yet. Let's go look at this sample. At least now we know that the 2 bullets have come from the same gun. Sneaky Zelna. It was Santa he hid in the chimney when they kicked the door in. That's actually very possible. And we know that Santa hangs out with elves. He's probably an elf himself under that beard and hat. Never trust an elf. Alright, let us Check out this sample. Come on, I want to go to the bottom. That's it. Open the drawer. Okay, so we need to read the manual.
Wasn't there something about blood samples? Fingerprints, gunshot residue, blood. Well, it explains how to confirm that something is blood. That's a start. You have to mix luminol and a hydrogen peroxide solution and then drip or spray the mixture on the blood. The solution turns blue and glows even if there's just a very small amount of blood. Okay then, luminol and hydrogen peroxide.
Okay. Yeah, and if you think about it, Santa goes round claiming that he bought all them gifts and he gets all those children to worship him, and it's actually the parents that bought the kids the gifts. What an elf taking other people's what's the word? Not glory. No, taking away from something other people have done. Typical elf behaviour. The credit, that's the word, thank you. What would I do without you, doggo? Okay, we need to put in luminol.
Aha! Luminol.
We need to put in hydrogen peroxide, which, don't we use that for dyeing your hair?
And there's the hydrogen peroxide. I'll mix it with the luminol in the bowl. Okay. I can detect blood with this mixture. The clear solution turns blue if it comes into contact with blood.
Okay. The pipette, what do we do with that?
First, I need to get the solution into the pipette. I can't analyze anything without it.
Okay. Okay, so we take the pipette, put it into the solution.
Okay, I am filling the pipette and putting it down very carefully.
Now what, do we take the chemical solution and then we add it to the swab?
So, let's see what we have here. No blood. Not the slightest reaction.
So what was that red stuff?
If I didn't make a mistake, and it wasn't that difficult, then the spot on the Baroness's bed isn't really blood. But if it isn't blood, what is it? And more importantly, why didn't Dr. Gebhardt notice anything? He was supposed to have examined everything.
Maybe she's not really dead.
It's time to visit the medical center.
What if she faked her own death? What are you doing, Zelna? I'm not even pressing anything. He's just spinning on the spot. Weirdo. Alright. Where did he just say we needed to go? Maybe she was sitting in bed eating syrup. He said something about the medical center. Oh, Zelna, why must you go all the way around just to come back again? He does like to dance. And walk intentionally, inconspicuously towards places. Okay. Where are you going, Zelna? There we go. To the medical center.
It seems impossible that Dr. Gebhardt could have shot the Baroness. He was with me when the gunshot ran out. But he must have noticed that the Baroness was lying in a pool of fake blood. Maybe he's covering for someone. Let's find out.
Oh, now we break an entry. Hey! Zelna, you tricksy, tricksy uncle. Let's see, examine wheelchair.
It's probably for emergencies, in case a passenger falls down and can't walk anymore. Possibly due to rough seas, or maybe the captain's well-stocked bar.
That is a well-stocked bar. No, we don't want to leave. We'll go over here. Oh, a sink.
The sink looks like it's been cleaned recently. I can't say whether it was cleaned to comply with the hygiene regulations, or whether there was another reason.
The butler and the doctor, hey? I think maybe they're secretly lovers. Was there a tape recorder?
A tape recorder from Sibling. Interesting. The reel in the Baroness's cabin is from the same company. A microphone was plugged into the tape recorder. Maybe Dr. Gebhardt records the results of his examinations and writes them down later.
Well, that seems pretty standard, recording what you're doing. Can we put the other audio tape in there? No. Look in the drawer.
Interesting. A tape on a reel. The reel belongs to a much better player, like the one from the Baroness's cabin. I can't be certain that this is the reel that was missing from the Baroness's cabin, but it seems quite likely.
He switched the tapes. What does it say?
Okay. Nothing. Strange. There.
A recording of a gunshot.
Interesting.
So, someone recorded a gunshot. Did she do it herself? This is... Oh my god.
A shot is audible on the tape, and the reel comes from the Baroness's cabin. It's all coming into focus.
This is getting serious drama now. This is crazy. Hey, Dad. I wonder, is she even under here, or is that even her body? Search cupboard. I want you to search under there, but
I guess the trash bin is in here.
she mustn't have been
Right.
dead at that point.
Paper towels, plastic packaging, cartons, and... Hold on.
For a second there, I thought someone was about to hit us from behind.
What's this? A burst rubber glove. It's knotted, and there's a red liquid all over the inside that looks like blood. I bet good money that it's the same fake blood I found in the Baroness's cabin.
Ooh. What is going on?
Dr. Gebhardt will have trouble explaining how rubber gloves full of fake blood got into his trash bin. First, the fake blood he missed in the Baroness's cabin, and now this. It doesn't look good for you, Doctor.
So was she poisoned instead of shot then?
That's proof enough for me that the doctor is involved in this. I should report to Legrand.
Are we not going to take it as evidence? If you just leave it there, it's going to go missing. And then Legrand's going to think you're nuts. Is there nothing else to... Come on, Zelna. Walk in a straight line. That's it. Good man. I think that's everything. We can't look at the body. Oh, I really wanted to look at the body, see if it was actually her.
Time to pay Legrand a visit.
Fake poison. What good is that?
No.
The doctor.
No, don't.
If he's killed. What? What? Did the game just... Guys, what is happening right now? Did we just die? Are we supposed to have died? Uncle Zelna. I don't even know what. I don't even. Can we skip this? Please? Ah, there we go. Oh, that was chapter 1. That's just chapter 1, okay. Secret solved, 15. Hint, function used, hotspot highlight used. I didn't know there was hotspot and hint function. Ooh. We are adventure points masterly. That's nice to know. Continue. Okay, do I just hit resume or... No, that just takes me back there. Main menu. How do I get to chapter 2 then? Or is it new game? There we go, chapter 2. Well, that was very strange, like just abruptly ending like that. I don't even know how to use the hint system. It never told me. There we go. Oh no, Uncle Zelna. This cunt. I told you, shifty dude wearing gloves. He's secretly an elf, you know.
Just leave it be. Let me go.
Let Uncle Zelna go.
Why are you doing this to me? You and the Baroness. Dr. Gebhardt, I don't know. Don't you understand what you are forcing me to do?
What?
You don't have to.
Loco dude?
It is almost over. You won't feel a thing. I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
What the hell?
Can't move.
Why is he blue?
Footrest. Collapsible.
Ugh, Legrand is probably drugged up somewhere in a corner. Still yelling at the wrong elf. What's this? Examine the brown bottle.
Chloroform. Still partly numb.
Typical of a crazy dude though. Starts telling you, look what you're making me do. It's like, no one's making you do this to Uncle Zelna. Just being a dick all on your own. He really does look like a dickhead with that bald head. What is wrong with bald people? I mean... You know I'm never gonna forgive that elfie bastard in DA3. Stupid, bold. Ugh. What we doing here then? Take the chloroform, search the bowl.
A pair of scissors.
Stop saying it out loud, Selna. He's gonna hear you. Take the scissors, unfasten the straps. Can I take the scissors?
All ready. Enough of that, Mr. Zerna.
I'll never forgive Solus.
It will all be behind you.
What? Did we manage to escape? Why is he doing this to Uncle Zelna?
I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
Ah, we did fail. Alright, so search the bowl. Oh. Put the footrest down. Search the bowl. There are scissors. Take the scissors, examine the brown bottle. Unfasten the straps. No.
Chloroform. Still partly numb.
Maybe we talk to him.
What have you?
No, that doesn't seem to be it.
Mr. Zerna, what are you doing back there? Well, no matter. I'm ready now.
Well, this is confusing. Stop killing Uncle Zelna.
I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
Okay, take the footrest. Search the bowl.
A pair of scissors.
Take the scissors.
All ready.
Ah. Okay, so it's not a number. I don't get this.
Enough of that, Mr. Zerna.
Ugh, the worst murderers are the polite ones. They tend to think that they're actually the hero of the story. I'm doing it for a good reason. No, you're not. Ugh, what a dick. Stop killing him.
I am sorry.
Yeah, you said that already. How do we... I'm not seeing anything else.
Dr. Gebhardt won't need much longer.
Okay, but what is there to... Can take these down to move. Why can't I pick up the scissors and stab him in the back?
Can't move.
I can't get out of there. Can't I just knock the bottle over?
Chloroform.
Okay. Ah, take the chloroform.
Can't reach it.
We'll go over there then.
A pair of scissors.
No, I want to take the chloroform.
Arms are bound.
Oh, how do I unbound them? Is there anything? Nothing in inventory. No. When I grab for the scissors, he just stabs us with the needle again.
What have you... Mr. Turner, what are you doing back there? Well, no matter. I'm ready now.
Talking to him just makes him come over quicker. Okay, I'll give that a try. Ah, this game being a bit convoluted again.
I'm sorry.
Yes, yes, yes. What a dick. Not even the good kind of dick. Talk to him.
Keep talking.
Oh, there we go.
Chloroform? I had it in my bag, just in case. You were supposed to be asleep. I am not a monster, you know? I have nothing against you. Nothing at all. But what can I do? You forced my hand.
No one forced your hand to be a dick.
It's your fault. Yours alone.
Oh, the justification. It annoys me because the amount of times you end up dating someone like this. This is a weird dream. Okay, let's talk to him again.
What have you...
Nice. At it again.
Mr. Turner, what are you doing back there? Well, no.
Oh, man. Okay, so do we grab the scissors and then talk to him?
I am sorry.
Seemed to work at first.
Talk. Why? Why? Why did the Baroness have to snoop around? Why did you have to snoop around?
Why are you doing bad things that need snooping around for?
You want to plant evidence on me, yeah? I left no evidence. There is no trail. And yet you can't just leave me in peace, can you?
Interesting. What is he so caught up with?
A pair of scissors.
Okay, grab the scissors. Do we talk to him again now?
On
Oh.
and on.
Ugh, I've dated someone like this.
Chloroform? I had it in my bag, just in case. You were supposed to be asleep. I am not a monster, you know? I have nothing against you. Nothing at all. But what can I do? You forced my hand. It's your fault. Yours alone.
I really hope that we stab him with the scissors. Pissing me off. Unfasten the straps. Alright, that did nothing. Or can I? Ah, scissors, unfasten straps. Oh, whoops.
Take it easy, Mr. Zellner. You will only hurt yourself. Shall we begin?
Use the syringe.
No, please. It's almost over.
Stab in, Uncle Zellner. Grab that syringe. Ooh, ouch.
I will.
You will what?
Are you okay?
Oh, Uncle Zellner. Got your heart problems. You can't be running around getting involved with
Thanks.
loco doctors.
A wet towel works miracles. I told you so.
Out with it then. What were you doing down there?
Inspector, please let the constable recover his breath.
He almost killed himself.
Me? No. Dr. Gebhardt would have taken care of that for me. Where is he?
Gebhardt? He's vanished without a trace. We're searching the ship from top to bottom.
One at a time. Tell me, Zellner, what did you find out?
Dr. Gebhardt killed Baroness von Trebitz.
Impossible.
Do you have proof?
Besides the fact that he wanted to kill me?
But wasn't the doctor with you when the shot was fired?
Ooh. The shot came from the tape.
The shot that we heard was a recording. The Baroness had a tape recorder and good speakers in her cabin. Good enough to make the noise audible on the upper deck.
Is that just your suspicion, or do you have proof?
Audio tape in the medical facility.
There's an audio tape in the medical center. The reel belongs to the tape player in the Baroness's cabin. And there's a sibling reel in her cabin that belongs to the recorder in the medical center. After a few minutes, there's a loud bang on the audio tape. That's our gunshot.
Where did Gebhardt get it from?
He recorded it in the cargo hold. His tape recorder has a microphone, and I removed a bullet from one of the boxes down there.
And it came from the murder weapon?
Yes, I compared it to the other bullet in the inspector's cabin.
Of course you did. All right.
But where did the second shot go then?
Inspector Legrand.
Let's pretend you're onto something. The shot we heard was just a recording. What happened next?
We all ran to the Baroness's cabin. She lay comatose in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pushed past you so that you couldn't get too close to the Baroness. He examined her and pronounced her dead. There was no reason for us to doubt him. The shot, the blood, the Baroness lying there lifelessly. But she was only unconscious, knocked out by the chloral hydrate that the doctor had poured into her glass shortly before.
The doctor had a glass in his hand when you came in.
He wanted to remove the evidence, but you gave me the glass instead, Captain DeConti, and unintentionally knocked me out as well.
Oh, Uncle
Nonsense. There was
Zellner.
blood everywhere. And the Baroness is certainly dead enough, isn't she?
Then who did shoot her? And when?
She wasn't shot, she was poisoned. The doctor in the medical facility. The doctor in the cabin. Well, can't be in the cabin because she was comatose. She wasn't shot, she was poisoned. Oh, why is it asking me questions now? Uncle Zellner's the smart one. Okay, she wasn't shot, she was poisoned. The doctor in the medical facility. What? That wouldn't explain. Well, what about the pillow? They said he's not a monster. Oh. Who's sitting there reading the guide instead of just playing it? Alright, just tell me if I'm right about the first one. She wasn't shot, she was poisoned. Because I'm really feeling that poison thing. Well, how can he do it in the cabin if she's comatose at that point? And the blood's not real. Maybe he shot her in the medical facility. Well, I suppose if he used that pillow and then he hid it back in the cabin. So, the doctor in the medical facility? Is that right? That's just doesn't make sense for him to kill her in the cabin. Wait, are you telling me the answers or are you just confusing yourself? I don't know, poisoned, medical facility, poison, medical facility. I might eeny, meeny, miny, moe this. Well, which one does the guide say is correct? Really? That doesn't make sense with all the fake blood, though. Alright, if the guide said so.
As I already said, it was Dr. Gebhardt. He shot the sleeping Baroness in her cabin, barely 10 meters away from us.
What are you saying?
The doctor was alone in the cabin for a while. When the alarm went off, it was deafening. I couldn't even hear myself.
And I found a pillow with burn marks. Could have been used to muffle a gunshot.
And the blood?
The blood wasn't real. Dr. Gebhardt mixed up a liquid that looked like fresh blood to the casual observer, but the liquid remained red instead of becoming darker and browner from exposure to the air. That meant he had to clean the body and get rid of the bedding.
But the blood was already there when we first entered the cabin.
Dr. Gebhardt was in the Baroness's cabin before the murder. He hid a surgical glove full of the red liquid under her sheet. The Baroness, dead tired, fell onto her bed, the glove burst, and the blood spread across the bed. I found the burst glove in the medical center.
But why did he do it? What was his motive?
Yeah.
Inspector?
Uncle Zelna, smarter than all of us combined. Well, that makes sense now he's putting it like that. And the alarm. Yeah. It was about the Eye of the Sphinx. She blackmailed the doctor. I can only speculate. The fake blood. Yeah, I don't understand what the point of the fake blood was either. Because if he's just shot her there anyway. Hmm. I'm not sure if it was about the Eye of the Sphinx. I think maybe blackmail. Or I can only speculate because the way he was talking about it didn't sound like it was actually about the jewel. She was bothering him. She thought that he was a murderer. So I'm gonna say speculate.
I can only speculate. The Baroness spent the day rummaging through her old family photos, and in her diary she wrote about deceased family members. I suspect it had something to do with their fates during the war. The Baroness wrote a warning on her notepad. There is a murderer on board. I don't have proof, but I believe that the Baroness held Dr. Gebhardt responsible for the deaths of her relatives and wanted to confront him in front of all of us. The doctor couldn't allow that to happen, and so he silenced her.
No.
Do you have anything to contribute, Constable?
Confession, sir. Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven. It's all here. He admits to everything.
What does it say?
It says, "Do you still remember, my dear Nico? The streets were wet with rain and the scent of roasted barley and fermenting yeast wafted over to us from the brewery. A dog barked until your shot struck down the innocent one. After that silence, not a single sound except for my soft steps fading on the wet cobblestone street. They made a hero of you, and I, at last, found peace. At least until the urge returned. Some of us are not made for retirement, my friend. I thought they would assign this case to you, and that thought pleased me. We'd finally find out who was truly the better man. And it pains me now to have to admit that you and your little gumshoe got the better of me. You drove me into a corner, forced me to make mistakes. I congratulate you on your triumph, but no one will confine the Raven to a cage. There is but one way out, and that is by my own hand. Farewell, Raven Hunter. R.
That sounds like misdirection to me.
Inspector Legrand.
Way too.
Inspector?
I was right. I told them all, over and over again. But
He's
no one
playing with
listened.
you, Nico.
You think that Dr. Gebhardt was really the Raven?
The things Gebhardt describes in his letter aren't part of any police report. Only someone who was there would know them.
Couldn't there have been others involved? One of the police, for instance. What if one of them changed sides?
Why is it so hard for you to accept the simple truth? There was never a new Raven. There was only ever the old one. And that was Dr. Gebhardt.
The modus operandi doesn't match. The Raven was not a killer.
Legends are rarely what they seem to be, Constable Zellner.
Yeah, there needs to be some handwriting matching up or something. Someone's messing around right now.
Then who was the man who was killed back then?
William Jackson, a petty thief, committed some burglaries together with his brother. Talented, but not world class.
And they thought he was the Raven.
Some people thought it was part of his disguise. If you're a debonair master thief, what better disguise than pretending to be a common crook? From time to time you let them catch you pulling small jobs, and no one ever imagines you're capable of a major heist.
But you didn't believe it.
I had my doubts. But everyone congratulated me, and those doubts were pushed aside. It was like being caught in a storm. But eventually the storm passed, and my doubts were still there.
But not this time? No doubts telling you that Gebhardt isn't our man?
It must be him.
He's way too emotionally involved with this. He's just letting his feelings get overwhelmed with it all. So anyone could look up what the weather was like that day and then just add some extra bits about, oh, there was a dog barking and I was running along the wet cobblestones. That letter was emotionally charged and he is gone off the deep end on it. He needs to just get some sleep, lay off the drugs, chill out.
What about the handwriting, the wording? Does the farewell letter match the Raven's other letters?
Yes, it's his handwriting. His
There was no
words. I've
feather
read
in
all
it
the
though.
Raven's letters, all of them, over and over again.
I never thought it was possible. A resurrected Raven.
The Raven was never dead. I shot the wrong man.
But that man had the stolen goods, didn't he? So he must have been in league with the Raven. One could hardly call him innocent. Where do we go from here?
We deliver the eye and then I'll contact Paris. A task force will compare all of Gephardt's known residences with the Raven's activity.
And if there are any inconsistencies?
You're welcome to keep an eye on the safe if you can't let it go. The ship will remain in Cairo for 1 day. That's all the time you'll have to catch your own Raven. I already have mine.
There was no raven feather with the letter though. And the Raven's letters come with raven feathers.
Ah, you're one of Legrand's men, aren't you?
My name is Anton Jakob Zellner.
You've come just in time. Grace, my dachshund, is missing.
There may be more important matters for me to attend to, Mr.
Better go look for a dog.
Mokhtar. And Grace isn't just a common dog. She's a purebred German dachshund, a champion.
Oh my.
So, the exhibition will still open tonight.
But of course, everything has been arranged. The final preparations are almost complete.
But one of the two exhibits won't be there.
A terrible loss, a tragedy. That irreplaceable Egyptian cultural treasure has been stolen for the second time.
Very
The
true,
second
doggo.
time.
What? Did you really believe that the eye of the Sphinx was found lying on the banks of the Thames?
Inspector Legrand, Professor Lucien, and Constable Oliver are overseeing the transportation of the safe. They should be here at any moment. I'll have a look around in the meantime.
Do you think that's necessary? The Raven is dead, after all.
If you mean Dr. Gebhardt, his body was never recovered. Nor the stolen eye of the Sphinx, for that matter.
It does us a great honor that the Inspector is concerned about us. But we have everything under control.
Legrand isn't as concerned as he should be. But I am. Is the museum closed?
Yes. Only carefully selected guests may enter the museum during preparations for the gala. And of course, you're one of them, Mr. Constable.
Security system.
What can you tell me about the museum's security system?
One of the best on the market. And the second eye will still be exhibited in our special treasure chamber, which is extra secure.
Treasure chamber?
See for yourself, to the right of the entrance. The eye is as safe as the British Crown jewels.
Weren't the British Crown jewels stolen at one point? Bad statement to make. I think Legrand is way too easy to mess with. It's like he wants to be messed with. Like he's got bored of his job. Oh well.
I think I'll have a look around the museum.
Please do. There's a lot to see. And you let me know if you see Grace, won't you? I hope we find her before the great inspector arrives. Isn't it fantastic how he solved the murder on the ship?
Legrand.
Of course, it's in all the newspapers. The murder of the wealthy Baroness von Trebitz, and how the great Inspector Legrand identified the murderer in just one day. It's the stuff legends are made of. You should count yourself lucky to have the chance to learn from him.
Oh my god. This piece of shit stole credit from our Uncle Zelna. The son of a bitch. What a prick. We need to fuck with this dude. Bad. No one does this to Uncle Zelna.
What exactly do the newspapers say?
Everything. It's fantastic. Someone on board must have informed the press immediately. Of course, it's a great advertising for us. The reporters will queue up tonight.
And it was reported that Legrand found the murderer.
Of course! Who else?
Well, I wasn't exactly uninvolved.
Of course. Legrand surely has assistants, but honor to he who deserves to be honored, right?
Well then.
Be seeing you, Constable. Grace! Here, Gracie. My sweetheart.
Oh, the butler.
Where are you?
Oh, Mr. Inch.
Mr. Inch. There you are. I am so sorry. Baroness von Trebitz was a good-hearted woman. She did so much for the museum.
As you say, sir.
And you? Are you leaving so soon?
I'd like to go back to my hotel. These last days have been such a strain.
First, you sneak into the museum without greeting me, and then you want to leave just as quickly?
I didn't want to disturb you, and we'll have time enough tonight.
Yes, you simply must come tonight. I wanted to present Baroness von Trebitz with a medal. Now you'll have to accept it.
Of course, if you insist, sir.
The Baroness paid for all this. Without her, there wouldn't have been an exhibition or a gala.
She was very generous.
Yes, she was.
If you'll excuse me now. Constable Zelna, I want to thank you again for all you've done. You saved me, you could say.
My pleasure. See you tonight.
Oh, that's the British way, though. You don't really hug us. We're not really like Americans. And we do enjoy a hug, it's just we like to know you first. Dude, man, this is a big place. Check out this ceiling. You know how much I'm always complaining about them games with those low ceilings? This is a good ceiling, good height to it. I appreciate this game. Hey look, it's Matt's mum. You know what, I just don't remember her name at all. She's just Matt's mother. And that's one of the problems of becoming a parent. What? I was trying to talk to his Uncle Zelna. I'm trying to talk to Matt's mum. Her name's Mary? Nah, she's Matt's mum.
Miss Miller, I'm glad to see you here.
Oh, Constable Zelner. I heard what happened to you on board. Awful. Truly awful.
All's well that ends well. You are waiting for Professor Lucien?
Your boyfriend.
Tomorrow you'll be sailing down the Nile, if I heard correctly.
That's right. I'm sure it will be an amazing experience.
But you don't seem to be very excited.
Oh, but I am. It's very generous of Lady Westmacott to invite me, and especially Maddie. He'll learn a lot.
But
Well, Professor Lucien offered to join us.
then Matt will learn even more. And I'm sure it won't be unpleasant for you either.
No, I just don't know how Maddie would react if Edgar came with us.
I understand. I could test the water to see how he'd feel about it.
Would you do that? Oh, thank you, Constable Zellner.
Yeah, once you become a parent, you're no longer whatever your name used to be. Oh, man.
Were you able to find out why Professor Lucien left the forecastle so suddenly last night?
No, not really. We only had a brief conversation. He was still very nervous.
He was like that on the train as well. Seems to be typical of him.
It must be something to do with the burglary at the museum. It really affected him. But he told me not to worry about anything. He said, soon this would all be over.
Really? How did he mean that?
Oh, I didn't ask him, Constable.
It would be interesting if Lucian's the actual thief and he's been laying low this whole time as someone who works as a, you know, in a museum. It's a one good way to get to case the joint. And, I mean, the jewel's part of his collection. The one that got stolen. Maybe he wanted the one that wasn't in his collection. So he's faked up this stealing his own jewel. So he can get the other one and have the pair. Yeah, I definitely get the feeling some sort of Clark Kent sort of thing's going on. He seems a bit too... Well, he's very nervous, but in a way that's a bit too innocent, that it's become suspicious again.
Are there other passengers from the ship here?
Oh, yes, we arrived as a group. David Kreutzer, the violinist, was with us. So were Miss Myers and Mr. Inch. He seems to have gotten over the death of the Baroness pretty quickly. He seems positively relaxed.
I've met him. He looks on the bright side of life, so to speak. Where is Mr. Kreutzer?
He's over in the treasure chamber. Maddie is downstairs in the main hall. I'm afraid I'll hear the sound of something priceless shattering any second.
Matt will be careful, Miss Miller. I'll continue my tour of the museum.
Oh, yes, there's so much to see.
She doesn't really sound into it. I keep hearing a violin. Someone like plucking a violin. It's probably our elf.
Miss Miller probably entered the museum with Lady Westmacott. The lady must be famous in Egypt as well.
Anything else around here? Such a big area. Making me want to view this place as well. The rear area. Oh, there he is. It's the elf. Look at him. Standing up, looking all elfy. Don't trust
Mr.
him.
Kreutzer will provide the background music tonight at the opening. Does he have anything else on his agenda?
One violinist is providing the entire background music in a massive museum. What? That seems a bit ridiculous to me.
How are the acoustics, Mr. Kreutzer?
Average. I wouldn't have expected anything else from a big stone cavern.
Stupid elf. Why would they spend all this money on a big gala and just one crappy violinist?
How does it feel to have been accused of murder and to escape by the skin of your teeth? The whole thing could have had a bad ending for you. You didn't have an alibi. It was your gun.
I must admit that I can imagine better ways to spend my time than being roughed up by Inspector Legrand. Your snooping actually paid off for me this time. Did you ever suspect me?
Of murder? No. I think you're too intelligent to shoot someone with your own gun without arranging an alibi for the time of the crime.
Possibly. Wasn't he meant to be being arrested for stealing that purse? Especially, like, if she hired him to be the music, why would he steal her purse? You're literally stealing from the person that's feeding you. What's that saying? Biting the hand that feeds you? What a dick.
It seems like a lot of the passengers from the ship are here this morning.
Nearly all of them. I had a brief conversation with the Baroness's butler. Between you and I, he seems quite happy to be rid of the old battleship.
Mr. Kreutzer.
Young Miss Mayers was here as well. Unfortunately, it seems like she's already disappeared again.
Forget it. She's engaged.
And the old witch with her caretaker and her brat are also here.
What do you have against Lady Westmacott?
The lady is more callous than the Queen of the Night. She chased her own son away, ice cold. I met him briefly. Flew to America because he couldn't stand her anymore.
Did any of the guests behave suspiciously? Was anyone unusually interested in the treasure chamber or the security system?
I couldn't say. I'm here to check the acoustics and then I'll come back for the gala tonight. I'm not interested in your detective games.
Did you guys just hear that? He said the writer lady, she scared her son away and he flew all the way to America and they don't speak anymore. Where is Matt's mother from? America. And her husband leaves her. She can't afford to take care of herself and her son. And then all of a sudden, the writer lady offers her with this out of nowhere like job where she gets paid ridiculously, her son gets taken care of. Doesn't that sound very suspicious? See, I called it. I swear that must be her grandson. Must be.
The newspaper this morning is full of reports about the events on board.
I've seen them.
Someone must have informed the press directly from the ship. He probably got a pile of money for the story, don't you think?
And again, they want to ruin my reputation. But no, Constable, it wasn't me. I didn't even consider it. And whoever did it was a bungler.
Why?
The story is in all the papers. You get more money if you sell the dirt to just one paper, as an exclusive.
Who do you think it was?
The young guy? The stowaway?
The captain didn't press charges and let him go this morning. But up until then, he was in the cell the whole time.
Perhaps Miss Mayers. Maybe she wants to become an actress and needs a bit of publicity.
Whoever it was, they wanted to make sure that the story spread, and they weren't after money. So, what were they after? Well, I'm looking forward to the concert.
It will be an unforgettable night.
Ah, forgot about that stowaway. He was very suspicious. I mean, he's got an American accent and he's claiming to be Egyptian. I wonder if, you know the arrogant young woman? What if her fiancé is Legrand? Might explain then, like, if she gave all the information to the newspapers and all the wrong information to make Legrand look even better, it would then make him look even better to her father when she tells him that she's engaged to him. Or maybe I'm just being a bit too dramatic as usual.
Mr. Kreutzer will provide the background music tonight at the opening. Does he have anything else on his agenda?
Probably pickpocketing. Ooh, what's this?
I can't read what it says, but the cover features a dashing picture of Legrand. It shows an energetic young man photographed from beneath against the sky. That's the look of a man who can catch a thief and murderer in a single day. I don't believe that Legrand spoke to the press himself. He doesn't seem to like the attention, and he wouldn't falsely take credit for something he hadn't done.
I hope so. Come on, Zona. Back this way. No, this way, Zona. That's it. What is through here? Look at the guard.
Well-trained guards are usually the best security system, although they didn't manage to stop the Raven in London. Exclusive and unique. The eyes of the Sphinx exhibited together for the first time ever. Hopefully the visitors will be satisfied with a single eye. Otherwise, all this effort will be for nothing. Unfortunately, now it's just the eye of the Sphinx. But it's a bit too late to change the banner.
Just put an eye patch on one. Say the Sphinx became a pirate. Ooh, that's a good idea. If the Raven told the newspaper, I would mess with him. Get him all in a tizzy so that he's not as focused on what's going on around him.
That must be the treasure chamber where the eye of the Sphinx is due to be exhibited. The display case is already prepared. The gala will be crawling with guards tonight. The local police might also send some reinforcements. Well-trained guards are usually the best security system.
Alright, can we go in?
No, sir.
I'm from the Swiss police. I want to check the security arrangements.
No one may enter the treasure chamber before the delivery has arrived.
Well, that dude's dance moves are on point. Yo, man. There's no need to feel down, I said, young man. The main hall. Now, I think she said that Matt was down here somewhere. Maybe we'll find him hiding. Come on, Zona, upwards. That's it. This place is so big. Let me do a quick save just in case it freaks out, because it's such a big map. Something here.
Several daggers in a row. The shapes and patterns look timeless, elegant. What does it say here? The dagger on the left is a replica of the dagger from the tomb of Tutankhamun. It must have been incredibly precious during his lifetime because it's made of iron. Thousands of years before the Ice Age, meteorites were the only source of pure iron. So a star that fell from the sky, bringing a substance that's harder than anything they'd known before, would have been a dramatic event. No wonder they used it to forge a weapon for the godlike pharaoh.
Ugh, I've always hated going to the museum and when there's an Egyptian thing going on. Talking about Egypt, it just freaks me out. Oh, I saw something there. Oh, I see her. The lady's there.
Impressive, isn't it? Thousands of years old and still beautiful.
That it is. They dug it out of the sand near Thebes over 50 years ago. I was there.
Really?
I met my husband there. He was an assistant on the dig, and was ordered by the director of the excavation to take care of that writer. I financed many excavations in the following years, here in Egypt and in the Near East. I visited my husband, together with our son. It was the best time of my life. But a museum is no place for nostalgia. What can I do for you?
Yeah, it's to do with, like, they've got all those bodies entombed. And it just feels like the Egyptian exhibitions, it's just so ingrained in death. And I don't like to be around all that death and dead bodies and... Ugh. No, it's not for me. Not for me at all. It's kind of like a graveyard that's got some gold on it. You see, fulfilled life?
You've had a long and successful life, Lady Westmacott.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Zellner? That I should be ready to leave the stage? Because I'm not.
Oh, I didn't want...
I'm here because life is here, Constable. Or was. I have never lived as much as I have here. No fame, no money can buy that.
I understand.
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. Such an outburst isn't fitting for a woman of my age, and an English woman at that. Let's talk about something else.
What do you mean I'm deathly? Well, then let it be a transition age. I mean, why worship the death so much? Can't they worship life a bit more? Just creepy.
Your son. You haven't said much about him. Or perhaps you did, just not by name.
You're an attentive listener, Mr. Zellner.
I was wondering why you knew so much about Miss Miller's unhappy marriage.
I stopped paying his bar tabs, stopped paying reporters to hush things up. He got to know her and went with her to America to start a new life. You can change your name easily, but not who you really are. He has my eyes, doesn't he?
The Part 2 novel is for him, isn't it?
If I couldn't provide Matthew with a good father, then at least I can provide him with a good start in life.
Called it Grandma. Murder investigation.
When I was working on the ship, I felt like one of the detectives in your novels.
You were lucky. It was an unusual murder. Most murders happen in the heat of the moment or are committed by idiots. They're uninspired. But Gebhardt thought it through. He could have succeeded.
I don't know. He made too many mistakes.
He couldn't have known that the Baroness, almost unconscious from the drugs, would lock her cabin door.
But that was a risk. The plan was too complicated and sloppily executed.
You certainly are a harsh critic, Mr. Zellner.
He could have shot her on the side deck and thrown the weapon into the sea. With no witnesses, no one would have suspected him.
How boring.
Or if it had to be a complicated plan, then he should have worked more carefully. Should have thought of everything, had a plan B in place.
Maybe he didn't have enough time. He had only a few hours to plan and commit the murder.
Still, he should have covered his tracks more carefully. The audio tape, the bloody glove, none of that should have stayed in the medical center.
Actually, how did the doctor get the door locked and get out of there? Now I'm starting to think maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he was just accomplice to it. I don't know. Of course I'm right. I'm a inquisitive rogue.
Do you think that Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven?
Was? Do you think he's dead?
The letter sounded like he committed suicide.
There's your answer. Does that sound like the Raven? Being unmasked? Taking the easy way out?
My sentiments exactly. The Raven wouldn't commit murder, get caught, and then jump into the sea.
You don't want everything to be over, do you?
It's my chance to do something great. It can't be over yet.
At least you solved the murder of the Baroness. You're a hero.
That's not how the newspapers see it. Nor I. Something's missing. I can achieve more.
Careful, Constable. He who flies too close to the sun.
Is that the myth of Icarus?
To be honest, no. The story is Greek, and was only written down 1,000 years later. I was counting on the dramatic effect.
Oh, worked well enough.
I've got to agree with him. There's too much missing. We need to find out more evidence.
Let's assume that the thief is still out there. Who is he?
If all this were a novel, then it would be the one you least expect.
Is that intended to be a confession, Lady Westmacott?
What do we know about the new Raven?
He's a man who would stop at nothing.
Must it be a man? And how do we know that it's just one person? There could be several people collectively pretending to be the Raven.
Very true.
We don't know anything.
That's not completely true. We know that he or she wants the Eye of the Sphinx, and will probably strike here, assuming he or she hasn't already gone.
It may be the end of the story for me, Lady Westmacott. Inspector Legrand will arrive soon and send me to the hotel. I return tonight for the gala, hoping all the while that the Raven does dare to attempt a burglary. Tomorrow morning, I'll have to return to Switzerland. What an unsatisfactory ending that would be.
It wouldn't be a triumphant ending, but it could be worse. At least you'd still be alive, Constable.
That's very true as well. But what's the point in living when there's no joy in it?
Will you attend the gala tonight, Lady Westmacott?
But of course. The antiquities, the delightful atmosphere, and who knows, perhaps there will be another spectacular burglary.
And your cruise?
The ship doesn't leave until tomorrow, and believe me, I'd cancel the cruise for this.
As always, it was an entertaining and enlightening chat, Lady Westmacott.
I'm going to miss our little chats, Constable Zellner. Goodbye.
Oh. I wonder if Matt overheard all of that singing, so he was standing right next to us.
Lady Westmacott is an expert on Egypt. Many of her novels take place here.
Oop, what's that over there?
A figure of Imhotep, who comes in peace from around 2700 BC. The first polymath known by name, godfather of medicine, architect of the first pyramids, and according to legend, the inventor of Egyptian writing. He certainly achieved more than me in his life.
I'm trying to remember what stories I heard about Imhotep. He's not the one that was the story that they based Jesus on. That was someone else. Oh well.
This is Akhenaten, the only pharaoh whose portrait I always recognize. He has a very unusual head.
How do we... There we go. Let's talk to Matt. Our favourite boy.
Ahoy, Matt.
The statue was talking.
The statue was talking?
Yes.
And what did it say?
It said it was...
That's a very bad word.
I know.
And an English one. Don't you think it's odd that an old Egyptian statue speaks English?
Don't you think it's odd that a statue speaks at all?
That would have been my next question.
Ooh. I wonder if there's someone like hiding in a secret compartment somewhere and they just swore.
And, is the statue talking to you right now?
Do you think I'm nuts?
No, of course not. I just thought you might have much better ears than me. Ears that can hear statues.
Some cop you are, Mr. Zellner. This is a mystery, and you're just making jokes.
You're right. It's just...
Don't you believe me?
I believe you.
We both agree that a stone statue without a mouth or vocal cords cannot speak, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay. That means you heard something else. And we have to find out what or who it was.
Roger.
Okay, the cruise.
I'm almost a bit envious of you. Going up the Nile on a ship. It must be great.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't sound so keen.
I think my mom wants the professor to come too.
And you don't? You can't tell me.
What if Mom marries the professor and doesn't work with the lady anymore? We'd have to move to London, and I'd have to go to a new school.
Ooh. Tell her that you don't like it. Did you think of her at all? Just the way that they phrase these sentences have made it sound a lot worse than I would put it. But he should learn to think about his mother as well.
You like your life as it is, and you don't want to change a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever thought about whether your mother is happy? The world doesn't revolve around you, you know. If you're unhappy, you have to do something. Sometimes you have to take a chance. And in that case, you need all the help you can get.
Do you mean Mom isn't happy?
I don't know. What do you think? Ah, this we have to see. The eye is coming.
I like the way he talks to him. It's like rather than telling him, he asks him questions so that the kid thinks about it and comes to his own.
This will all be over soon. Then I'll finally have time for you.
We wanted to head back to the hotel.
Certainly. And tonight at the gala, I'll show you around the museum, okay? And have you made up your mind about the cruise?
Well, I don't really know.
Go on, Matt.
Come on, Mom. Who could teach us more about Egypt than the professor?
Then it's settled.
Oh, Matt's a good kid.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Well, Mom, sometimes you have to take a chance.
Well, who wants ice cream?
Me! Actually, Mr. Zellner still owes me some.
I do owe him several ice creams. He's a good kid, though. If I ever had a kid, I would have liked a kid like Matt. Right, is there anything else? Like, some way back here? Nope, there's just a wall. An invisible wall. Let's go take a look at the jewel. Ice cream. I actually got my summer supply of ice cream yesterday. So I got a drawer just full of it.
Moment. Professor Lucien, your key, please.
Yes. Well,
Come on, Professor.
but you have to realize that...
Thank you.
That what?
Finally.
Dun dun dun.
Professor?
I wanted to give you this. I Well, after the burglary in London, I thought the Eye might not be safe on its way to Egypt. So I secretly took it when I was supposed to place it in the safe in London.
How dare you?
I felt that I should leave the jewel to someone I trusted completely. Myself.
But the jewel was safe. From London to here, no one had an opportunity to steal it.
I beg your pardon, my dear colleague, but if that were true, I wouldn't have had it.
Congratulations, Professor Lucien. You fooled everyone, it seems. The honor is yours.
No wonder he was so nervous. Hopefully it's not fake.
Well, that's that. Shall I explain the security system to you, Inspector?
The French ambassador summoned me. I have to get in touch with him. The press is besieging the embassy, and I have to answer their questions.
But you absolutely must come tonight. The opening of the exhibition will be the highlight of the year, and you are my special guest.
I will see what I can do. Zelna, will you have a look at the security precautions? We'll see each other tonight.
Of course, but...
Wait, Inspector. I'll join you.
Well, here we are. The Inspector will answer the reporter's questions for the next few hours. And well...
I won't take up too much of your time. I'll take a look around and then go lie down so that I'm ready for tonight.
Seems like everyone's performing their own secret handshake. Oh man, S words. Let's have a look around then. Ooh.
What's in the other display cases?
Other valuable originals. The eyes of the Sphinx would have been the highlights of our exhibition. Now that we only have one left, it doesn't really outshine the other valuables anymore. This room is full of world-class treasures.
Lots of shinies. A look, anything? Oh, what was that? The camera.
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video surveillance.
I've heard about that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all 3 cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
It's funny having that explained to us in the modern day. Where are you going, Zelna?
How is the display case protected?
It's made of bulletproof glass that's several centimeters thick. You'd need heavy machinery to open it. But even the smallest disturbance of the display case will set off the alarm.
Nice.
Doesn't look half bad. A glass cutter wouldn't be much use. Is the display case anchored to the floor?
Why do you ask?
The Raven once stole a whole display case in St. Petersburg instead of just taking the jewels out of it.
Such an attempt would fail here. The display case is bolted to the floor and weighs several hundred kilograms.
Be very bulky to steal a whole display case, though.
Many people picture a stone coffin when they hear the word sarcophagus, but this one is wooden. As usual, an ornamental representation of the deceased is painted on the outside in gold and other colors.
I just don't like them. I'd rather be cremated than buried in something gaudy like that. But also you hear these stories about pharaohs dying
This
or
here,
rich
the
people.
gate. How does it work?
If the alarm is set off, the metal gate descends. The same thing happens at the windows and the main entrance. The thief is trapped like a rat.
Nice. Unless he's a basement exit.
As are we.
Next, I'll show you our guard room, the heart of the whole security system. And after that, I'll have to excuse myself.
Andy. I've got to agree there, doggo.
Alert the guards. Then call the French embassy. Legrand needs to come. We're being locked out.
Go on, Uncle Zelna. Oh. Oh, man.
Here, have a seat and try to calm down.
Calm down. Everyone just calm down. Worst thing to say to someone when they're not calm? Calm down. Don't you tell me to calm down. Yeah, as I was saying, you used to hear these stories about like pharaohs and rich people in Egypt when they died, and they think when they go to the next life that they can take all their wealth with them, and sometimes they would actually bury their favorite slaves with them. You'd have people like suffocating to death in tombs, or because some rich prick wanted to take them to the other life. Can't get behind that.
Director Mokhtar? Director, how can I open the metal gate?
He shouldn't have done that.
Director.
All the artifacts in the treasure chamber. He destroyed them.
And I will bring him to justice. But first, I have to get inside.
Did he destroy them though? Maybe he stole them all and they were all just replicas.
He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Perhaps I'll get something out of him in a couple of minutes.
Alright, so I need to have a look around.
That bloody bomber. I mean, the chamber was filled with irreplaceable treasures.
Doesn't look like it's all the way down, like there's a gap.
The gate is massive. I can't open it myself. The gate is massive.
Well, what about that gap in the bottom though? It looks like you could look underneath there at least. Oh, Zana, come on. Have a look at the front. Anything here? Doesn't look like there's anything here. Oh, this map is so big it's taking him ages to walk. Come on, Uncle. Wonder if there's something about that talking statue. Anything at all? There's something. What's this?
Aha. This shows how the ancient Egyptians were able to move the heavy blocks of stone to build their pyramids and temples. They used ropes, wooden sleds, and poles as levers.
Clever. Nothing here. I still wonder how they built Stonehenge. Probably levers as well, and poles. Anything this? No, but Okay, let's try and talk to that guy again because there's nothing here. At least I'm not finding anything.
He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Perhaps I'll get something out of him in a couple of minutes.
Oh, I get it. He was just saying about they moved heavy things with levers and poles. We could move the... If we had something...
I didn't have to pay for the cruise, which is lucky. I certainly would have had a tough time getting the expenses back from my captain.
We can find some sort of pole. Maybe we can move the door. It was either aliens or it was elves. What about these pole? This pole over here. No, it doesn't seem... Come on, I need a pole. When in doubt, blame the elves. Elves are basically aliens anyway. Jinx. Alright, I want that... do I need to steal it from the case?
These exhibits aren't originals, of course. They're reconstructed, based on old pictures. Nonetheless, it's impressive how they managed to build monuments like the pyramids with such simple tools.
Yep, the conjunction of the spheres has a lot to be blamed for. Probably elves that caused it. Why can't I... So I can't pick it up. I just need this pole so I can get into the thing. Not even original. They won't notice it. I take one of these. There has to be something I can take. Come on, Zelna, straight line. You can do it. That's it. Huh. Nothing this way. No. Nothing that way. There has to be some sort of pole I can take. I mean, it is hinting that that's what I'm meant to be doing. I'm meant to walk around this side. Oh, and go in the guard's room. It's hiding things from me. Go on, into there. There we go.
Constable Oliver!
Don't move.
He just happens to be here.
What did you do?
Me? I didn't do anything. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna arrest you.
This idiot.
Put the pistol away.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Robert, be sensible.
Shut it.
Is he dead?
Just unconscious. Perhaps he can tell us who knocked him out.
Excellent.
Don't act all innocent. It was you.
What's going on with the voice?
Treasure chamber with the director. You, on the other hand, had every opportunity to take the guard out.
I found him unconscious. I wanted to open the gates.
And make it easier for the Raven to escape?
That does it. On the floor. Hands behind your head.
What the hell's going on with the mic here? This bumbling idiot, though.
Why aren't you in the embassy with Inspector Legrand talking to the press?
What do you talking about? Legrand refused to do it.
What?
He told the ambassador that he'd rather walk through the desert for 40 years than give interviews for 40 minutes.
Oh. Oh. Is the inspector really the Raven?
We have to open the treasure chamber's gate. I suspect there's a secret entrance.
No, we should open the main entrance and call for help.
Robert, think. The Raven is inside the museum, and so are we. We could catch him, but we have to give chase immediately. The two of us can finish it here and now.
You just want to confuse me.
Robert, I don't think you knocked this man out, but neither did I. I was with the director the entire time. Ask him.
That doesn't mean you aren't involved somehow. You could be working with the Raven.
So could you. We can suspect each other, open the exits, and offer the Raven every possible escape route. Or we can bring him to justice right here, right now.
Oh, okay. But just get this straight. I don't trust you. I'll
That's
keep an
all
eye
right.
on you, and if you try to get away...
Understood. I'll try to open the gate to the treasure chamber now. I'd appreciate it if you'd refrain from accidentally shooting me.
No tricks, Zelna. And if we don't find anything in the treasure chamber, we'll open the gate at the main entrance and call Inspector Legrand.
Of course.
Alright, so if you missed it, Legrand earlier told us that he had to go off to the embassy to talk to the press. Now, the bumbling idiot cop here has just told us that Legrand refused to do that he wasn't going to the embassy at all. So Legrand's just he's either told us a lie, or he's told the other guy a lie, or the other guy's lying. But it makes sense because now Legrand has perfect alibi to get in, steal the artifacts, and get out again. He's left the idiot there in control of the controls, who, before we walked in, was planning to open up all the entrances. So Legrand could have got out if he stole it. If he was the Raven. Dun, dun, dun. Certainly making it more interesting. Let's have a check on the guard.
What are you doing?
I was looking for this.
Ooh, keys.
I think he's okay. After we've checked the treasure chamber, we should call an ambulance.
We're still moving, so it's generally a good sign. What's over here?
Maybe someone stirred something into the coffee and poisoned him with it. But the bump on the back of his head would indicate otherwise.
You would know, Uncle Zelna. You've had enough bumps to your head lately.
Various bits and bobs for the office routine. Looks like even the guards can't avoid mountains of paperwork.
Wonder who's lying. Call for help. Open the metal case.
Dead.
Why would closing all the gates cut off the phone line?
We can't
Unless
call
someone
for help.
else.
The line's dead. Does the alarm system call the police automatically? If not, or if it was also disconnected, I'm not sure that anyone out there knows what's happening inside the museum. I guess no one heard the explosion from outside. The treasure chamber doesn't have any windows, and the metal gates that came down could just be part of a test.
So, did someone cut the phone line, or does the bars dropping cause the phone line to cut off? Interesting. Talk to the constable.
Constable Oliver can't honestly think that I'm the Raven. He must realize that I never had a chance to set a bomb. Although he may think that I could be an accomplice, as could he.
It would be funny if Uncle Zelna was the Raven and he just has amnesia. Examine the devices.
A monitor, probably for viewing the security cameras. There are 5 buttons down here, 3 of them labeled. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. This should be the one in the treasure chamber. As I expected, it didn't survive the explosion.
Shame.
All right, how do I... Fantastic. That's me, with the director. Now it's getting exciting. What on earth?
Ooh.
You damaged it.
No, I didn't. Someone must have turned the camera off. Or... no, it's still recording, but something's covering the lens. There. That was the explosion. Interesting.
Why is it interesting?
Someone was in the treasure chamber, and they disabled the camera. And, just a few minutes later, the alarm went off and everything blew up. The burglar hardly had time to prepare a targeted explosion, right? One more reason to go and see what happened in the treasure chamber.
Well, as well, there were 3 cameras and 2 of them were facing each other. It would have picked up someone covering one of them at a time. Interesting. And we couldn't actually see it. Alright, let's open it up.
Locked.
Need a key. You got any keys? There we go. Examine the control box.
Blueprints for the museum. Every gate seems to be controlled by its own switch. This should be the gate for the treasure chamber. That's it. There's nothing more I can do here.
Okay, so I think we've opened it. Go take a look. What are you doing, Zelna?
Where do you think you're going?
I'm searching for a way into the treasure chamber, which is exactly what you should be doing.
I'll give you 5 minutes. Then we'll follow my plan. Open the main entrance and call for backup.
Let's hope for both our sakes that I find a way into the treasure chamber before then. I don't want to be responsible for the escape of the Raven.
I thought we just opened it. Huh. Wonder what this is. He's not going to talk to us, or is he still having a moment?
Director Mokhtar, I can't open the gate. Is there another way into the treasure chamber?
No. Only one way. Only one.
Oh, he's still having a moment.
If you would be so kind.
Maybe with 2 of us.
No, that won't work.
I could have told you that.
Right, well, we need that stick that I saw earlier that I was trying to get originally. Right, can we get through? I keep looking at this stick over here. It looks like we should be able to get it. Now it's letting me get it.
That might help.
Very nice.
Constable?
Let's get this door open.
It's moving. No, not quite there yet.
Do we both need one? Examine the metal gate. I need something to go with it.
The director won't help me. Whether I want to or not, I have to stick with the constable.
Hmm.
Do you have any idea how we can open the gate?
We've got to open the main gate and call for backup.
No. You gave me 5 minutes and my time isn't up yet.
Probably up, really. Okay, we need another pole, maybe? Why does it take so long to walk anywhere? Okay, I can't take the second one. Come on, Zelna, forward, forward. No, come on, forward. Thank you. Oh boy. One day he will learn to walk in a straight line. Go to the main hall, see if we can get that one. Zelna? Zelna? There we go. Hello, Castis. Welcome back. There has to be something else that we can grab. Come on, Zelna. Straight line. That's it. Can we not just take the one from the display case? Because that would be... Thank you.
Locked.
Can we use the keys?
It fits.
Yay! Keys are very helpful. Okay, so we take 2 of these now. Okay, that's not what I want. Pick it up.
All right. It has to work. Constable Oliver, could you lend me a hand?
Come on then. With 2 of us, we must be able to get this done.
On 3. 1,
1,
2,
2, 3.
3.
Heave.
Director Mokhtar, hurry! Put something under the gate.
Huh?
Director!
Useless prick. Come on. Hey.
No luck.
It won't open any further.
Put it down, quick! That'll hold it.
Hey.
I wouldn't bet on it. We should hurry.
And inform Inspector Legrand.
First, I'll get an overview of the situation.
You don't think I'm going to leave you all alone with a jewel, do you?
I doubt that the jewel is still in the treasure chamber.
But how?
I'll be watching you.
Then you'll have to come with me.
If you haven't heard anything from me in 5 minutes, me, not Constable Zelna, then open the entrance and call for help. Understood?
Okay.
In we go into the belly of the beast. Yeah, if you're having lag, Do a quick refresh. That should help. Ooh. Blew a hole in the floor.
Whoa, indeed. Fortunately, the ceiling is quite high, and the gate was still ajar. Otherwise, nothing in this room would have survived the shockwave.
Well, that's good at least. Some of the priceless artifacts have survived.
It's a normal rope with a velvet covering. A metallic quick-release fastener connects the cord to the stands.
Ah, we could probably make a rope out of it.
I suppose the camera was hit by a chunk of flying debris.
The holes usually are. Take the cord.
Give me some light.
Have a look at this hole.
You don't want to go down there, do you?
That's how the eye left the treasure chamber.
Oh no, no way. We've seen enough. The Raven is gone. We need to get Legrand.
Ooh. And we're locked inside.
Great. You happy now?
You could say that. Will you give me some light?
Might as well be useful.
Let's hope that at least some of the artifacts withstood the explosion.
Well, oh, how do you say that word? Sarcophagus? Looks like it survived pretty well.
Why didn't he just drive through the wall with a tank? Reckless ignoramus.
Maybe he didn't think any of this stuff was actually real. It was probably replicas.
It will take a long time to clean and restore everything, and some things are surely lost forever.
Sarcophagus. It makes me sound like I'm really posh when you're saying it like that. Sarcophagus. Let's see. What does he want to say?
What do you think about this?
It's a right mess.
You can say that again.
Flashlight.
Would you give me your flashlight?
You can't seriously expect me to say yes?
No, not really. So at least give me a bit of light.
Explosion.
This explosion was much more intense than the one in London, wasn't it?
You can say that again. Imagine what would have happened if the bomb had gone off tonight.
He didn't risk it. We must have made him nervous.
He couldn't have chosen a better time. Legrand isn't here. There are only a couple of guards and almost no witnesses.
Still, I would have thought he'd wait. Remember the train? Our opponent has a penchant for drama. He's vain and wants as much publicity as possible.
Even vain people don't want to go to jail.
True enough.
Oh, that's sass. Backup?
It seems like the question of backup has been settled. We can't open the door from the inside.
The director will surely contact Legrand. He'll be outside the door with a full squad in no time.
I wouldn't bet on it. The thief was in the guard room and knocked out the guard. What was he up to there? He didn't disable the alarm. Maybe the phone lines.
Someone will notice the metal shutters on the windows.
Sooner or later, sure. Until they do, we have time to solve the case. Okay then. So what do we do now?
It's amazing the things that people will overlook.
This is it. The grand finale, with Constable Oliver at my side. I'd rather have another partner for this dance, but it could be worse, I guess.
Not by much, though. Then again, I don't think this is the last dancing. This is just the beginning of the second chapter. Okay.
Come on, I can't see.
That's it, get him closer.
There's the display case.
Is the jewel still in it?
I can't tell.
Hello?
I hope you don't expect anyone to answer you.
Hello, the Raven here. Alright, let's take this cord and attach it to the other one.
The clasps aren't really made for heavy weights, but I think they're strong enough.
Okay. Improvised rope.
Not the best rope in the world, but it will have to do.
Use the rope. And then we want to go down the hole.
I let myself down into the hole with the rope.
You can't be serious.
This isn't a matter for discussion. I'm going down there. You can join me or stay here.
But you don't know what or who is down there.
That's why I want to go down there. Besides, maybe I'll find an escape route for us.
All right then. Should I hold the rope?
Well, someone has to. Truscom's door.
Yes, thanks.
Bozo the cop. That's probably his real name as well. I don't even remember his name. Must be Bozo. Ah, trustworthy dude.
Give me some light, Robert.
That's a bit too much light, Robert. Let's climb back up. Let's talk to him.
Are you alright?
Yes. Have you found an escape route?
I'm working on it.
No, you just got down here. What do you think was going to happen? Just going to stumble on it the second I landed. Some stuff over here. Hidden basement. Where are you going, Zelna?
There are cracks in the wall and scarf marks on the floor.
A secret door?
And probably the Raven's escape route.
Can you open it?
There are several panels and kind of a handle. But I can't turn or pull or push it. Something's written here, but it's too dark. Hurry down with the light.
No, the Raven is trapped. We should call Legrand.
Ah. You won't come down.
Do you think this door leads to a dead end? With every minute we hesitate, the Raven's trail is getting colder.
But we should take it one step at a time. We're alone, and the Raven is dangerous.
But there's two of us. Come on.
What would Nicholas Legrand do in this situation? Would he wait for backup and twiddle his thumbs, or would he act?
Oh, blast.
Can't beat Uncle Logic. Give a push. Rely on others. Time to show them all.
Robert, this is our moment. Time to show them all. When the others arrive, they'll see that we didn't just dare to enter the basement. No, we also found an escape route and opened it. How do you think that will sound on the police report? Constable Oliver and Constable Zellner laid the foundation for the arrest of the Raven with competence and quick thinking.
Okay, here's what we do. I'll hand you the lamp and you open the door. Then we guard the door and wait for backup.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Right. Catch! But hurry. I don't want to think about the fact that I'm standing here in the dark surrounded by mummies.
I know how he feels.
That's
At least we've got his torch, though. Okay, Uncle Zelna. Can we not take the torch? Why won't you take it? That noise. He won't take the torch with him. That's annoying. What's here? Examine the map.
A map of Cairo. It's covered with hundreds of small holes, and there are some pins on the floor. There's a date in the corner. 1940.
Yeah, we call a flashlight a torch here. Ooh, something here. The display case.
As I expected.
Empty?
Yes. The display case didn't survive the fall. The thief just had to pluck the jewel out.
So much for you needing heavy machinery to get it open.
Actually, I thought the display case would survive the fall more or less unscathed. And 3 of the 4 windows did survive.
Maybe one of them was a fake window. Oh, come on, Zelna. Straight line. Zelna. Straight line. Okay, there we go. Alright, what's this? Use mechanism to examine desk.
Interesting. Documents, maps, letters. All of them at least 20, 30 years old.
It's not us that are the confusing ones. I mean, you guys have bastardized our own language. It's not even English there anymore. It's American. Or Canadian in Canadians' cases. But Canadians tend to actually spell correctly. Nothing down here. Right, use mechanism. What's that one? It's just the desk again.
I wonder how the Raven knew about the secret basement. He must have done some research and then paid someone for the missing information.
Well, come on then, fight me. Anytime, any place. Let's use the mechanism. Ooh, it's a puzzle. And it disappeared.
That is interesting. 4 discs. An extravagant combination lock. If it was just another language with a Latin alphabet, I might be able to guess the meaning. But I'm lost when it comes to Arabic.
I see a switch right next to the door.
I'll write them down. It could be a hint about how to open the door.
Might be one of those things where there's a big extravagant lock in front of you, and then a switch actually next to the door, and you just have to press the switch, and the lock was meant to distract you. Right, how do I do this? Ooh. But where do I even start with this? I don't know. Huh. How do I get out of here? Because I don't really know what I'm doing. Where? How do I get out of... Oh, there we go. There must be some information I'm missing. Maybe have a chat to him. What the hell? Oi, he's starting a fight with me in chat. 1 second. Oh yeah, I won. I won. Told you, don't start with me. Is there some way to view? Let me have a look in. There must be some way to actually view the journal, and I don't know what button it is. So then no, there's no way of viewing what the buttons are. I've got nothing in my inventory. B doesn't do anything. X. What? Pressing X lowers my points. Don't know why. A doesn't do anything. No, no. Ah, I found it. All this time had a journal. Let's see. Journal of the Raven, Inspector Nicholas Legrand. What's all this say? Oh wow, there's all this information in here about the characters. This the Raven, it must be said, was greatly esteemed by the public for his clever, daring robberies. A copycat criminal has plagued us for several months now. Though the imitator leaves raven feathers at the scenes of his crimes, his thefts exhibit none of the original Raven's refinement and gamesmanship. The last 3 robberies have resulted in a total of 5 casualties, one of them severely injured, though by the grace of God, no deaths. Scotland Yard, Interpol and Inspector Legrand could not be reached for comment. Ah, so that's the newspaper article. Someone has died, so that does make sense. Enter the basement. The display case with the eye fell into a hole as a result of the explosion. I need to get down there and see if the stone is still there. I have to find out what's behind the secret door before the police arrive and open the gates. Right. So that changes the page. So have I got any information on here? This is the lock button. 3 keys, Old Raven, New Raven, Captain DeConti, stowaway gunshot in the cargo hold. Unconsciousness, clues and evidence, museum, the museum director, the Raven's escape route. What does this say? The Raven's escape route. There was an explosion. The security system locked down both the museum and the treasure chamber right away. I don't know what happened there, but I fear my foe is going to work with a chainsaw rather than a scalpel this time. We're trapped in the museum, and so is the Raven, unless he has another way out, which I suspect he does. I have to follow him. Parts of the treasure chamber have been destroyed. There's less damage than I feared, but some of the artworks are lost forever. The Raven didn't have a way out of the treasure chamber, so he made one. There's a gaping hole where the eye of the Sphinx and its display case once stood. There's another secret door in the basement. The Raven must have used it. Unfortunately, it's locked. There are rotating discs with various animal symbols. There's also written in Arabic. Also something written in Arabic. Well, how do I translate Arabic? clues and evidence. Well, this isn't very helpful. There's something written in Arabic, but I don't know what it is. Museum director. Well, am I supposed to talk to the museum director? He probably knows Arabic. Well, I don't know. So probably just gonna have to do the ye old tried and tested method of just like moving things until something happens. I can't seem to talk to him though. Unless, can I get... Is there a way to get back up there? I'm getting nothing. There's no way back up. That's annoying. It's something about birds. Or maybe there's something's meant to be facing each other. There's loads of birds. Wonder if it's like they have to face each other. Or maybe they're meant to face outwards, or... Well, if anyone wants to bring up the guide at this point, I'm not against it. No, I can't go anywhere else down there for some reason. It's all blocked off. I can't go up to talk to the guy, see if he can speak Arabic. A hatch to get out of the basement. There's only this door. The mechanism. It's the only thing I can go to is the mechanism. Giving it a good look around. Just the mechanism coming up. Oh, here you go. Examine the hatch.
What's that?
Hey, don't go too far away.
Come down and stop me. Interesting. Some kind of wooden hatch. There are two hinges on this side. There's a kind of metal hook holding the hatch closed.
Have a look here.
I'm the talking statue. I really like to teach bad words to the little boys. At least that riddle is solved now. Peepholes. And I suspect, yes.
Aha! Thought there was
The
something
Raven
behind that
couldn't have gone
statue.
this way. We'd have seen him and he couldn't have closed the bolt from outside. I'm positive he escaped through the other secret door.
Why is it suddenly so bright down there?
I found the light switch.
The light switch, huh? Well, now we can get the other guy to come down, the one who can speak Arabic. Ooh, what's this?
The museum still has plenty to offer, despite the senseless destruction in the treasure chamber.
That was nothing then. And we can't run. Why is that coming up again?
The museum still has plenty.
Oh, he's just repeating the same thing. Alright, let's go get that guy. Come down here. Translate this for me.
What are you doing here? You were just...
I found another exit.
The eye?
Gone. The Raven blasted a hole in the floor of the treasure chamber. There's a hidden basement beneath it.
And the other treasures?
It doesn't look good.
Oh no.
Making me think about that Lucian guy again, because he would know how to use like a door, like an Egyptian door like that, and he would most likely know all about what's going on in the basement. Probably would also mess with the kid, seeing as the kid's getting in the way of his romance a little bit. Or was at that point.
Director Mokhtar?
Isn't it about time to open the gates?
I don't believe that the police have arrived yet. We can't risk giving the Raven a means of escape.
That monster is surely long gone by now.
Perhaps not. I have a lead.
Do your best. As soon as the police have surrounded the building, I'll open the gates.
Very well, Director.
Also thinking about it, because he stole the jewel from out of the safe in front of witnesses. I mean, that's some very good sleight of hand, that. For just a bumbling, nervous wreck of a professor. And wouldn't it be pretty... if he already stole it and then brought it back in front of everyone, and then steals it again in secret? I mean, the suspicion wouldn't be on him because he already brought it back once.
The basement below the treasure chamber. Did you know about it?
I had no idea.
There are maps and drawings from the Second World War in the room. Why?
Well, it may have had something to do with the resistance.
Resistance?
Egypt was occupied by the British. There was a movement for independence.
The Egyptians collaborated with the Nazis?
No, but the enemy of my enemy.
So, the rebels reported information to the Nazis, and for that, they needed secret command posts.
Yes, and what would be of more symbolic importance than the Egyptian Museum, witness to 5,000 years of Egyptian independence?
Okay, bye Dad. Have fun at girly stream. Secret
Hidden
passage.
rooms, secret basements? What are they doing here?
The museum was built in 1900 by a Frenchman who had a penchant for such things.
Mystical torchlight ceremonies celebrating the builders of old? Freemasons? Things like that?
Many great buildings have complicated histories.
And today, we're going to write a new chapter.
Better believe that. Okay, the Arabic writing.
I found this Arabic writing. What does it mean?
It says, the sons of Horus.
And that means?
Is this really the time to discuss history?
It's important.
The sons of Horus played an important part in the burial ritual. 4 sons, 4 canopic jars, vessels in which the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines of the body were stored.
Are the four connected to symbols?
A man, baboon, jackal, and falcon. Look downstairs in the main hall.
Sons of Horus, vessels and intestines. Got it. It's going to be okay. Wait here.
Where is the constable, anyway?
He's guarding the treasure chamber.
He told me to call for backup if he doesn't come back in about 5 minutes, and that I shouldn't trust you.
If you count on the constable, you're backing the wrong horse.
He's Legrand's man.
Harsh.
Did you ever think about the fact that he's the only one who was present at both burglaries?
Oh,
Okay. Need to go and look up something in the main hall. Horus, I think he was the one that wasn't a lot of his stories Jesus based, or well, Jesus was based on a lot of his stories. Is it something to do with this? Examine the board.
Sarcophagus from the Old Kingdom. Unknown ruler. Here we go. On the front, you can see the tutelary deities Amset and Hapi. At a later date, it became traditional to show all four sons of Horus on all four sides of the sarcophagus. Each son signified a cardinal direction. Hapi, the north, Amset, the south, Quebec-Senuef, the west, and Duamutef, the east.
That meant nothing to me. Can I have a look at it?
There are actually two of the four sons of Horus on the front side of the sarcophagus. A man and a monkey.
Okay.
Each son of Horus is associated with a cardinal direction and a symbol. Hapi is the north, Amset is the south, Quebec-Senuef is the west, and Duamutef is the east.
A man and a monkey. Anything else? Oh. I think that's them there.
Must be the canopic jars the director was talking about. One jar for each of the four sons of Horus.
Had a lot of sons for a dude that was conceived after his father had died.
The four sons of Horus, Amset, Hapi, Duamutef, and Quebec-Senuef, are children of the god Horus the Elder and the goddess Isis. They are believed to protect canopic jars, which contain the internal organs of people who were mummified in ancient Egypt. As stellar gods, they are associated with the four cardinal directions. For that reason, their names were written on the four corners of the coffins during the Middle Kingdom period.
Okay. Alright, let's have a look at them.
Hapi, lungs. Quebec-Senuef, intestines.
Ew. A lot of ew.
Hapi, lungs. Hapi, lungs.
Why do you keep saying that, Zelna? Come on.
The sign says Amset, liver.
Jackal.
Here we have Duamutev, stomach.
Okay. I hope that means something. Have a look. Sons of Horus, here we go. Happy North, and he's the baboon. Okay, I can get it from that. That's simple enough. Never eat shredded wheat. Dumath is the jackal. Baboon, jackal. Baboon, jackal, human falcon. Human falcon, eh? Baboon, jackal, human falcon.
Zelna, is that you?
It is I, the Raven.
Did you find an exit?
No, I'm still looking. The basement is quite large.
Don't go too far away.
Messing with him. Baboon, jackal, human, falcon. Okay. Baboon. Baboon. Wait, are they meant to be at the top? Baboon, jackal, human, falcon. Okay, baboon, jackal, human, falcon. Why are they meant to be? So they're actually facing upwards. Jackal, baboon, jackal, human, falcon. No, that doesn't work. He's north. Baboon. Oh, they're meant to be facing inward. Baboon. Oops. Baboon, jackal, human. Ah, got it. They were meant to face it inwards.
There we go.
Da, 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 da. Go upstairs. Where
He's
does
up
this
there,
take
Robert.
us to?
I know that.
That may be. Go into the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zelna, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
You can't stop me. Not anymore.
Better believe I do not like death.
200 steps
Oh.
at least. And a ladder. I'm too old for this.
And you threw your heart medication away. Stay with us, Uncle Zelna. Examine the chair. It's a light on in here.
The chair is the only object that's not covered with dust. It seems like someone sat on it recently. Handcuffs. Not what I expected. Was someone interrogated here? Huh? The Raven, if I'm not mistaken. Why don't you step into the light?
Ooh. Inspector Nicholas Legrand, Maestro David Krutzer, Mr. Alfred Inch, Professor Edgar Lucien, Dr. Emil Gebhardt. The inspector? Or maybe it's the butler. That kind of looked like the butler's shoes. Ah. Who do we go with? I want to say Inspector.
Inspector Legrand.
Legrand. Wouldn't it be easy if I could lay it all on his shoulders? Wrong, Constable Zelna.
The butler.
Mr. Inch?
It is astonishing how far you've come. I thought young Legrand would be my most dangerous opponent,
Ooh.
but it seems I should have had more respect for age.
Ooh. Oh my. Explosion on the train. Murder of the Baroness. Theft of the second eye.
The bomb on the train. Since when does the Raven risk human lives?
I knew that Legrand would be hot on my heels after the heist in London. He's a dangerous man, Mr. Zellner. He almost caught me once.
Is that a reason to resort to murder?
It wasn't my only reason. An eye for an eye, Constable Zellner.
Ooh. He's a literal raven. Tisk tisk.
What about the murder of the Baroness? Was that also your doing?
The death of the Baroness was never part of the plan. Dr. Gebhardt had a score to settle with her and got in my way.
You didn't care about the key to the safe?
I never wanted to steal the eye out of the safe. I always intended to strike here, in the museum.
What about Gebhardt's confession?
A nice idea, don't you think? It keeps the inspector out of my hair. For a few more hours, at least. Until everything collapses like a house of cards.
Ooh. Sounds like he's really down for some revenge himself. I wonder if he's actually the guy that just Legrand killed. And they were saying that he had a brother. What if this is the butler is his brother? The brother of the guy that was killed. And they were both basically the Raven. And he's out for a bit of revenge against Legrand.
Why did you want to steal the second eye here?
The eye was in the bank in Zurich for a long time. Impossible to get at. Then the safe on the ship in Legrand's cabin. Too complicated. I heard about the secret basement and found out how the security system worked. I would have preferred to save my performance for the gala this evening, but, well, events demanded a change of schedule. Not least because of you, my nosy friend.
Yep. Uncles do have a tendency to get in the way of your fun. How did you do it?
How did you do it? How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness? And the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
Oh, it is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Ah, Adil.
The steward.
This could be interesting. He's quite talented, but unreliable. He has a mind of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
He only forgot one thing. I keep things firmly in hand. Always. End of story.
Oh. What just happened? Did we just die? Do we just go back to the beginning?
I told you not to get off. What if the train had gone without you?
So, you're taking a job as a ship's doctor.
I am excited but nervous too. I'm not exactly a champion swimmer.
If you wind up in the water on board a ship, something's gone terribly wrong.
What just happened?
was all that in the museum?
That didn't quite go according to plan, did it? And I hate it when things don't go according to plan.
You nearly killed them.
You let them catch you.
It wasn't my fault. Scotland Yard was there.
If I thought it was your fault, you'd already be bobbing in the River Thames with a bullet in your head. Someone tipped them off. I don't know who, but I'm going to find out. Where is the jewel? Ah, marvelous. But it's just
The
half
hell?
the set, and stealing the second eye will be more difficult than I'd anticipated.
Why are we meeting here and not in Venice like we planned?
London drew more attention than planned. They put Legrand on the case.
Nicholas Legrand?
He's searching the train.
Shouldn't we postpone the plan under these circumstances?
On the contrary, I gave him an anonymous tip.
A tip?
I told him that the train will be robbed.
What the hell is going on in this game? She's doing so many flips.
You don't seriously suggest that we steal the jewel right under Legrand's nose?
Of course, because I'm an idiot. Our best bet is still Cairo. Everything is prepared. Mr. X will provide us with everything we need. As planned, I'll go to Venice together with the Baroness and board the ship there. You'll do the same, but as surreptitiously as possible.
All right.
And under no circumstances can anyone be permitted to discover our relationship. Understood?
And the rest of the plan is as before?
We just have to get on board the ship.
Yeah, I get this is a flashback, but why now? Like, I want to know what's going on with Uncle Zelna.
Then I'll get in the car and we'll meet in Venice.
No, Legrand necessitates a change of plan. You'll go by train as well, and place this envelope on the safe as soon as the train halts in the tunnel. I'll cause a blackout so that you can sneak past the guard. You won't believe who's guarding the safe. That blasted Bobby from London. If you have any trouble, cave his skull in.
And Legrand?
You take care of the letter, I'll take care of everything else. The most important thing is that no one recognizes you on the train.
And that I don't get caught.
How do you get the bomb in the safe?
What's the purpose of the letter?
That's not your concern.
I'd just like to know whether I'm risking my life for some game of yours, or whether it's worth it.
Any one of my games would be worth your life. You just do what I tell you.
What a prick.
Stick the letter on the door of the safe or leave it on top of it. I don't care. But the letter has to be there as soon as Legrand shows up after the blackout to make sure everything is in order. Understood?
Yes.
What?
Yes, understood. Hasn't the Baroness grown suspicious?
She's wrapped up in a veil of alcohol, arrogance, and disinterest. Only flattery, gossip, and Belgian chocolate can penetrate it.
Ideal conditions.
I'll be glad to be rid of that old hag. She's my ticket to the most important museums in Europe. But these have been the longest 6 months of my life.
How are the injured guards doing?
How the devil should I know?
You didn't need to do that.
What? Save your bacon?
I'd have made it out on my own.
Oh, yes, the poor security guard. It really wasn't necessary. I'm such a naughty boy.
I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
Oh, please, please, don't be angry with me. I won't do it again.
This guy's really pissing me off. He's like an abusive dad.
I don't know. We have the first eye, and we only just escaped.
Tell me you're not suggesting that we should be satisfied with that? One eye alone is nothing more than an expensive bauble. But both eyes together are a legend. My greatest triumph.
Shouldn't I put the eye somewhere for safekeeping? Just in case Legrand searches our things.
I'll hide the jewel in the Baroness's luggage. I already know where. Legrand won't dare search her belongings, and even then, he'll never be able to open the secret compartment.
Okay, so we'll see each other in Venice.
And not sooner. Here, take your travel documents. We may not have an opportunity to meet in Venice.
Okay, fine. Huh, that's the first change of plans so far.
Who are you talking to?
Whatever. Looks like I'll be going to Venice by train.
So we're playing as the boy now. Jeebus. Wait, what time is it at the moment? Oh, is girly stream started? Does anyone know?
The crate must have had bananas or something in it. It's empty now.
Smells like bananas.
It's built out of thin wooden boards. Probably didn't have to bear much weight.
Use crate with what? No, nothing. Got any? Oh, I got a knife. Hit it with a knife. Yep, that doesn't do anything. What's this? Look at the message. Examine the envelope.
A ticket for a trip on the MS Lydia from Venice to Cairo. Some banknotes and a passport. Blank. No personal info, no picture.
Interesting.
Inch has brilliant contacts in the underworld. He knows the best counterfeiters, technicians, pickpockets, and con men. He remains anonymous, though. Most of them don't even know they're working for him. Mr. X, his contact in Cairo, probably doesn't have a clue who he is.
Best way to be a master criminal? Look at the message.
Inch loves the spotlight and has a flair for the dramatic. Why else would he call himself the Raven? I don't like having to risk my own neck as part of his drama. What's the point of leaving messages for his opponent?
Yeah. See your point, kid.
Sometimes you can find useful things in a waste bin, but this one seems to have been emptied recently. Burglary in British Museum, 1 casualty, 5,000 pounds damage, culprit unknown. Return of the Raven? I'd have escaped anyway, but Inch just couldn't resist playing with dynamite. I hope the security guard recovers soon.
Wow. £5,000 back in the 60s was a lot of money. It's like a year's worth of someone's wages. The kiosk.
There probably isn't a single newspaper between Moscow and Madrid that's not reporting on the burglary. I'm famous. Unfortunately, not for the sort of elegantly executed theft I'd like to be known for.
Wonder how the real Raven got his arm all lame. Examine the doctor's bags.
A leather bag like the ones used by country doctors for carrying their equipment.
Freight car.
They won't let me ride along in the freight car, not even if I ask nicely.
Oh, something here.
If I try to just get on the train, the conductor would probably stop me and might even turn me over to the police. I can't risk that.
Very true, doggo. Arrogance will always get you caught. Just look at the elves. Look at the conductor.
The conductor from the train. He's keeping a watchful eye on his passengers and their luggage. The train's been held up, and he seems to want to prevent further delays.
Alright, kid. There's got to be some way. What am I going to do with this box? Why can't I use the knife?
A handy Swiss Army knife. A good friend gave it to me. It's built out of thin wooden boards. Probably didn't have to bear much weight.
Am I supposed to put something in it?
This wooden crate is big enough to completely conceal the bag. It'd be protected from prying eyes. And I could make my exit from the scene of the crime unnoticed. There's still one problem. Someone might see me picking up the bag and putting it into the crate.
So you need to make a distraction.
As soon as I'm on the train, I need to find a way to sneak into the freight car. I have to take one thing at a time, though. Even if I was able to distract the conductor and slip onto the train, I'd stick out like a sore thumb with these shabby clothes. I have to find something more suitable. He'd see me if I tried to board the train.
Okay. Then what am I meant to do?
If I swipe the bag, it'd cause confusion while people look for it, and I might be able to sneak onto the train. The only problem is, I can't take the bag with me. Not a chance. The doctor could easily spot me taking his bag. He'd sound the alarm, and our Swiss friend would have no choice but to arrest me. And then we'd have a real problem.
If I put the box on it upside down.
Not a chance. The doctor could easily spot me taking his bag. He'd sound the alarm, and our Swiss friend, and then we'd have a real problem.
I'm not saying, I'm saying go with the box and put the box upside down on the bag.
Not a chance. The doctor could, he'd sound the, and then.
Well, what else is there? Maybe can I walk around him? Oh, something else there. What's that? Them in the door.
This is the saloon car, fully furnished with a bar and all the niceties. The ladies and gentlemen would have a fit if I just waltzed in there wearing these clothes.
Yeah, I think we need to steal a steward's uniform at some point.
I can't board the train like this. I'd stick out like a sore thumb, and they'd throw me off without a second thought.
Okay, so where do I find some different clothes? Oh, 1 second.
Clothes maketh the man. Put a uniform on a short, old, rather chubby little man, and they'll show him all due respect, even if he's only a constable. The uniform alone gives him power, and that counts for a lot in this part of the world.
Very true. What they say about people wearing white coats. People automatically just believe them and do what they say.
Some of the passengers got off the train to stretch their legs, but this man started his journey right here in Zurich. He waited a good 10 minutes for the train and began to get impatient.
Yeah, wouldn't you get impatient waiting? Where is something I can actually... Just the doctor's bag. Can't walk around him.
This is the saloon car, fully furnished with a bar and all the niceties. The ladies and gentlemen would have a fit if I just waltzed in there wearing these clothes.
Okay, is there a way to... I wonder if we could pay the guy to give us his clothes.
My travel documents. I shouldn't have any trouble getting to Cairo now. I can't board the train like this.
Okay.
My travel documents. I shouldn't have any trouble getting to Cairo now.
Use them on...
I don't think I can lure him away. One of the passengers would have to ask him for something. It would be best if I could get my hands on his clothes somehow. The conductor's uniform would be the ideal disguise.
Mm-hmm. And how do we do that?
My travel documents. If I try to just get on the train, I can't risk that.
Oh, no, no, no. Not that way.
Not a chance. The doctor could... He'd sound... And then we'd have...
Come on, I'm trying to... I want to pick up the box.
This wooden crate is big enough to completely conceal the bag. It'd be protected from prying eyes.
Where would I use the knife,
and I could make my
though?
exit from the scene of the crime unnoticed. There's still one problem. Someone might see me picking up the bag and putting it into the crate.
What would I use the knife on? No.
Huh. I could probably pry the bottom boards
Ah.
off without too much effort. They're thin, and the nails are short.
That's annoying, because when I tried using the knife on it before, he just refused to do anything. And now he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Perfect. It looks like a normal crate.
Hey, so then we can just put it on top of the bag.
It's now or never.
Hey, you! Scram!
Yes, sir.
Who's taking the bag?
Let the games begin.
Here we go. Finally.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Can't you see that I am talking to the constable?
The train is leaving in a few minutes, sir. I have to ask you to board it now.
We should get on. Perhaps we'll be able to continue our conversation during the trip.
I won't stand in the way. Oh, where's my bag?
You left it right there.
I know that. I want to know where it is now.
I don't know. I'll look for it right away. If you gentlemen would get on the train in the meantime...
I will hold you and your employers liable for this.
I'm sure he'll find the bag. Come on, Dr. Gebhardt. I will help you with your luggage.
Fine.
Yeah, the character needs to be as competent as I am, I suppose. Now I'm being an arrogant elf. Okay, so now we can sneak on board.
Huh. Even if I was able to distract the conductor and slip onto the train, I'd stick out like a sore thumb with these shabby clothes. I have to find something more suitable.
Okay.
The conductor doesn't really seem to know where to search for the lost bag. Finding a particular piece of luggage at a railway station is like finding a needle in a haystack.
We'll tell him and then lure him to an alleyway, knock him out and steal his clothes.
You seem to be searching for something. Can I help?
Go away. There's no money to be earned here.
That's not what I mean. I just thought, if you're looking for a brown bag...
Why? Did you steal one?
If that were true, I wouldn't be offering to help you. I saw a little blonde boy take the bag. He ran off with it over there.
Really? Thanks.
Isn't that the bag?
Where?
I'm pretty sure you can't knock someone out with some
Nothing
newspapers.
personal.
Hey, hey, it's the steward.
No! Oh, man!
Oh, man. We're on the roof. Oh, no, we're not.
Have you noticed anything new, won't you, Professor?
Of course.
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Let me have a look. The compartment is locked.
Damn, I can't let the professor see me. I shadowed him for days in London. He might recognize me.
Calm down.
Hmm.
Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't understand. I have to get back to my compartment.
All right, just wait here.
It's interesting seeing the story from the opposite end. Okay, what we're gonna do... We'll look in this bag.
Professor Lucien seems to travel light. The Baroness's luggage takes up half a freight car.
It's in here.
My God, I barely look like myself. The sink, the sink. No, that won't help me now.
Ah, this good
Professor
sink can go a
Lucien
long
hasn't
way.
slept a single night in the cabin yet. The towel is unused.
Take the towel.
If I twisted it, then I'd have a sort of rope. I'm not as good as the Raven at slipping into other roles. He's had decades to perfect it. Whatever. It'll be good enough for the people on the train.
He seemed like any other steward to me.
I don't think that the suitcase or the bag contain anything that could help me out. I better leave as little evidence as possible.
What was that?
He doesn't give up easily.
Okay, let's go for the window.
It was the only window that was open in the station, so it was a good way to get onto the train. And now, it might be my only way out.
What happened to the other steward, I wonder? Okay, what can we do? Oh, I got keys. Keychain, knife.
The Raven's mess. I'd like.
Oh, there we go. New things appeared.
The window to the right should be the Baroness's cabin, and the one on the left is the saloon car. The roof could be my escape route.
Okay, so he was the dude that was running around on the roof.
If I stand up, my head is level with the roof, but the roof is too slanted and smooth to climb. This is the saloon car. The coal car and an old-fashioned steam engine are in front of it. That's the Baroness's cabin. Inch is probably with her. I wouldn't mind jumping through the window and giving them both the surprise of a lifetime, but then the Baroness would freak out, and Inch would be forced to report the event to the police.
Well, when we played it in the beginning, he came from the coal cart area. So I'm guessing that's the direction we need to go in.
There must be someone in the saloon car. They'd see me if I climbed along the side of the train.
Okay then, well you need to go up.
Those are air ducts or something, but I can't reach them with my hands.
We'll reach them with the rope. Dude, you got it in your hand.
There's nothing quite like traveling on a train.
Literally traveling on a train. Oh look, it's that padlocked box that we couldn't get into all those times. Enter the saloon car, climb off of the roof, examine the freight car, jump on the roof of the freight car, climb down.
Looks like a toolbox. Ugh, it's secured with a heavy padlock.
If only we had a bobby pin. Into the saloon car?
I should be able to move about freely in the train as long as I keep away from Professor Lucien. The other guests don't know me, and conductors change several times during the journey. A new face shouldn't seem suspicious to anyone.
Ah, get to have a wander around.
Young man?
Yes, sir?
Tell me, when did they switch to self-service on the Orient Express? Should they not have informed the passengers about that in advance?
Forgive me, sir. I was...
And what about my bag? Did your colleague find it?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know.
I expected as much. There will be consequences.
Ooh.
And now, bring me my coffee.
Of course, sir.
This prick. He's being rude to the other prick. Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay. Ooh, candy dish.
Huh. A dish with old people's candy. Butterscotch, I think.
But it was empty when we found it before. Let's see, examine coffee cup.
Even pigs get to drink from the finest porcelain.
Too true. Examine the spirits.
Beer, wine, champagne, gin, brandy, and whiskey. The richest snobs take the same medicine as the poorest slobs.
But better quality usually. Okay, let's go behind the bar. We want to make him a coffee. What's this?
Locked. If I mess with the doctor, I might blow my cover. So I'll have to grin and bear it and serve our esteemed passenger his coffee.
Yeah. Ooh, radio.
A small portable radio. The reception is surprisingly good here in the mountains. I won't be able to use the radio, but the antenna, on the other hand, a thin, short metal rod that can be extended. Something like that might come in handy.
Ah, good idea. Collect things. Does the keys let us into the... Should do.
Let's see. It fits.
Okay, so what's in there?
Huh. A lot of odds and ends. A hairnet, batteries, a half pack of cigarettes, an unused toothbrush. The bartender probably has to serve as a jack of all trades, like a concierge in a hotel. So, is there anything useful? Here we go, a small shaving mirror.
Whatever will we use that for, though? Huh, okay, let's make him some coffee. Such a tiny little coffee cup, though. It's like espresso
Still
cups.
some coffee left.
Okay. Use that with the coffee cup. Can't believe I'm micromanaging pouring coffee into a coffee cup.
A cup of coffee for the gentleman.
Do you know what the problem with people like you is?
You mean our lack of a sense of duty, or our skin color, or a lack of respect for our elders? We have so many flaws.
Oh, I'm liking this kid. Oh my gosh, prime sass.
He didn't even want to hear why it took so long to get his coffee. He just wanted to tear into someone, just wanted to assert his will. It's a sad life if you have to pump yourself up by deflating others.
Typical German. Have a wander.
The elderly woman's carer can't keep her hands still, so she's knitting. Can I bring you ladies anything? Is everything satisfactory?
Everything is wonderful, young man.
Very good.
Ooh, nice sleight of hand. Nicely done, dude.
The old lady didn't get on in Zurich, and she doesn't look like someone from Nancy or Basel. I'm guessing she boarded in Paris. She seems familiar somehow. The younger woman seems to be some kind of carer or companion for the older lady. I wouldn't like to be with her all day long. She radiates a certain restlessness and unease.
Yep, just stand there right in front of people talking about them out loud. They won't think you're nuts.
I think Professor Lucien is still in the hallway trying to get into his cabin. I'd better wait until the coast is clear.
Okay, so we need to go back. You seriously starting another fight with me? You've already lost once. Give me a second. Oh, look at that. I've won again. You need to stop fighting me. Maybe I meant to attach the extendable antenna to the mirror.
It would be useful, but how can I attach the mirror?
Okay, so start with the wall. Attach that to the mirror. Or not attach it to the antenna. Maybe I meant to cut a piece off. Nope, that doesn't do anything. Butterscotch, add on to the mirror. Make it sticky. Where's he going to?
That should do the trick.
There we go.
It sticks.
Why did we have to come inside to do it? Ooh, the German guy's gone missing. Okay. Mirror with butterscotch. We're gonna add that to the antenna.
Okay, the candy is so sticky that it should hold the mirror without any trouble. As I expected, it sticks.
Wouldn't try that at home, kids. Oh. Come on, that's not where I told you to go. Let's go outside. Okay, so I want to go up. Examine
the ventilation shaft
ventilation.
supplies the freight car with fresh air. It also seems big enough to climb through. I'd say I found my way in.
Well, do we want to go in there, or would it be just easier to attach the letter to the wall and then drop it down? Have a look what's going on.
There's the guard. The safe is directly beneath the ventilation shaft. I could shimmy down the shaft and hit him on the head from behind.
Uh-oh. Are you okay, Robert?
Nothing to report, sir.
At ease?
Any suspicious passengers come aboard in Zurich, sir?
Not really. It could be anyone and no one. But we've received support from the Swiss police. A certain Constable Zellner.
Oh?
Very motivated. Might get on our nerves.
That limits my options. I
Might
can't
as well.
overpower 2 people. I don't think I'll be able to slip into the carriage unseen after all. Oh, there has to be a way. I have to keep Inch happy.
Okay, use the wall.
How do I get you onto the safe? Or on top of it? The safe is directly beneath the ventilation shaft. And Inch said something about a blackout and a tunnel. I could use the moments of confusion and darkness to toss the letter onto the safe. Might work, as long as I manage to open the ventilation shaft and choose the right moment.
Can we attach it to the wall? Ball of wool attached to the... No.
Sooner or later, the carer will miss her wool, even though it's just a little bit. The cover has 2 hinges on the back. It's possible to open it, but the 2 screws on the front hold it closed.
Ah, okay, so I need a tool. Let me have a look in the toolbox. Oh, Goldust Run is live. Do you wanna... Thing is, it's been nearly 3.5 hours. Do you wanna leave it here and then we can just go and raid Girly? Say hello to them. Because I think I'm getting a bit tired of this again. It's being a bit busy work. Busy work isn't quite as fun, even though this is quite interesting going back and seeing it from another character's point of view, especially the criminal element. Playing them, outsmarting me. Well, outsmarting Uncle Zelnick. Oh, I really miss Uncle Zelnick already though. Rather be playing him. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here and then I'm just gonna do a raid on the lovely lady, Girly. Does anyone remember how to actually raid? Hey, 3 people raid is a wonderful raid. Just gotta figure out how to do it again.